More migrants are crossing the northern border into the U.S. as Mexicans fly to Canada and then head south. I saw, as we take a really hard turn here, I saw the most heartbreaking story in the New York Times maybe 3, 4, 5 months ago, before I think a lot of people were doing this, about a single family that had been trapped in snowdrifts, froze to death because they thought, oh, well, maybe we'll get across in Canada. Just an absolute tragedy.
I mean, it's incredibly dangerous, but the numbers are staggering. When I took a look at this, across the southern border, they've gone up from 16,000 to 42,000 over a 3-month period, comparing end of 2022 to 2021. And this one sector right around Vermont, New York, New Hampshire, they've gone up by over 700%. And that's where that picture is from. That's a family carrying an 8-month-old baby and a 2-year-old in -4-degree temperatures.
So do they
fly? 5 days ago.
Do they fly from Mexico
so they're flying,
up to like Toronto?
And it's legal for them to do that because the visa rules are different. And the flights are about $350. And if you think about families who are paying $5,000 to be smuggled across a northern border, that's not nearly as expensive. They are still paying some smugglers. So, of course, people are cashing in on this. They're paying about $2,000 to be smuggled in that way. But oftentimes they're not prepared for this temperature. Who would be? -4 degrees, hypothermia sets in so quickly. Look how young some of these children are. Look at where they are, really remote areas. They're told to keep going. They'll find someone in a car at the other side of the border. But the Border Patrol there says they're really finding a lot of people with hypothermia. And the issue here is that for Mexicans in particular, it is so hard to cross a border right now. You hear about some other nationalities maybe getting in, but with Title 42, the largest nationality that's pushed back into Mexico are Mexicans that make up 60% of those rejected. But it's a lot easier for them to get in from Canada. But unfortunately, they're rolling the dice because these conditions are so bad.
What kind of deterrence exists to prevent them from taking this journey? I mean, obviously, some of it has to be communication, just about how perilous it is. But how do you effectively communicate that to these people?
Well, I mean, the Border Patrol is there, but it is so small in comparison to the numbers that we have on the southern border. Of course, you barely fund what happens on the northern border because we don't talk about it as much. So there are people who can arrest them and apprehend them, and they can be deported. So they're running into those same deterrences that they would have on the southern border. But you're right. I think that this could be a growing trend because it's easier, and for those who can make it, the word gets back. And we know that people could distort the message too, and cartels could say, hey, this is the way in now.
So Julia, help us understand. Just let's take a 30,000-foot look at this, because we talk about it all the time. You look at the numbers. Illegal border crossings were at an all-time low, well, a 50-year low when Barack Obama left office in 2016. Crossings across the southern border. They started to spike during the Trump era. They've continued to spike during the Biden era, and is just out of control. What's happening? What's happened since Trump got into office and now through the first 2 years of Biden that's caused this crush of humanity?
It's not who's in Washington. It's a hemispheric problem. You have 2.5 million Venezuelans living in Colombia now. There is so much global displacement. And if you look at the failed states just within our hemisphere, what's happening in Haiti with gangs overthrowing the government, what's happening in Venezuela, Nicaragua, Cuba, natural disasters, too, caused often by climate change. You have so many displaced people that policies can tweak the numbers we see at the southern border. The Biden administration put in place some pretty tough policies in January, and we've seen the numbers.
And they're trying to work a deal now with Mexico.
Exactly. And we've seen the numbers come way down at the southern border from December to January. Actually, they're at a 2-year low at the southern border now, I should point out. But what I'm told by DHS officials who watch the movement across the hemisphere is you can put a Band-Aid on the problem, but if you don't address these root causes, it's just just to keep getting worse.
Just go to the northern border.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And keep risking their lives.
Wow. Willie, anybody in New York have a question on this or a comment?
Yeah, sure, Julia. I guess the question for a lot of people is, how does this get resolved at this point? I mean, so much focus, as you say, is on the southern border. But is Homeland Security viewing this as a problem that deserves, if not equal, at least some attention up on the northern border?
I will say it's something that I don't think they want to talk about as much. As we started requesting our own ride-alongs, something that we do on the southern border all the time, that's something they're really trying to deny. They don't want images like this. They don't want reporters going out, seeing what's happening there. So far, that has been denied by for a lot of media organizations, and that's frustrating because I don't think they want the attention on this. But I think as these numbers rise and this conversation keeps happening, we're going to have more access, talking to these migrants and getting there and showing what's going on. And then that could put pressure for more money. The issue right now is Republicans don't want to give the Biden administration a dime for any kind of immigration enforcement. And it actually just makes the problem worse.
Great. Hey, Julia, in terms